Good day, students. Welcome again to an exciting educational video today. This is again Dr. Luisito Masanga at your service. Shout out and thank you very much to those students from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao who are faithfully and consistently watching my educational video. To these students, a warm round of applause to all of you. Mabuhay! Today, we are going to discuss about how to overcome silence in an online class. Actually, this is based on my experience being a faculty professor. I observe that a lot of students, whether it is in senior high school and higher education students, when it comes to an virtual distant learning class environment, majority of students are silenced. And today, we are going to help these students how to overcome silence in an online class. And let's go to our learning outcomes. Let us discuss these learning outcomes. At the end of the educational video, students will be able to improve their performance being students. Number 2, help students overcome fear. Number 3, give students self-confidence. So this is the objective of this educational video. What are the things that you need in order for you to improve your performance as a student? When you improve your performance, who will be happy? Number 1 is your parents and guardian. And number 2 is yourself. And number 3 is just the faculty professor or teacher. And number 2, help students overcome fear. Actually, students nowadays in online session are being eaten by this negative spirit of fear. Now we want at the end of this educational video to help students have and gain courage. And number 3, give students self-confidence. No? Because of this fear, the students are being eaten and they do not know whether this silence is an advantage for them or a disadvantage for the majority. But definitely it is a negative spirit, therefore it has to be overcome by self-confidence and courage. There are many disadvantages of being silent as a student. No? Number 1, it does not promote an environment of teamwork. No matter how good is your teacher, no matter how excellent experienced your faculty professor is, but if there is no support, there is no interaction coming from its members, it is not united, it does not show value of teamwork. Number 2, it does not inspire the faculty teacher. You know, guys, once the faculty professor is inspired to teach, the professor or the teacher will go beyond and exceed your expectation and can teach you a lot of, theories, concept, and its application based on the real life experience of the faculty professor. If the faculty professor is inspired, but because of this negative spirit of fear, it does not inspire. Number 3, it leads to lower performance and grade. Definitely, if you are reactive, if you are dormant, if you are inactive as a student, it does not give you a leverage of getting a high performance and excellent grades. So this educational video is really designed for students to overcome their silence in an online class session. There are many causes why students are silenced. And these 4 attributes are based on my focus group discussion with students. And these are the causes why students are silenced. Number 1, the fear. Again, the negative spirit of fear. Fear of what? Fear of communicating in the English language. You know, guys, fear is natural. However, you cannot overcome it if you are not going to face your fear head on. And once you do allow this negative spirit to play with you, this fear of communicating in the English language, therefore, you will be eaten by this negativity. And you will really sink down and be eaten by this negative spirit of fear. Number 2, fear of providing an erroneous answer. Students are silent because they are afraid. They have a fear. And this fear is, the emotion, the experience in the presence of a threat of danger. There is no threat of danger if you communicate in the English language. There is no threat of danger if you provide an erroneous answer or an erroneous mistake. However, this fear is the negative spirit that is eating the students along the way, slowly but surely eating them. That's why I designed this educational video so that this negative spirit will be converted to a positive one, courage and self-confidence. Number 3, fear, again, of being misjudged by classmates. They are afraid that they may be, there is a pre-judgmental thinking among students that they will be branded or may be bullied by their classmate. And lastly, students are unprepared. So if you can see here, guys, attributes 1, 2, 3 are all fear. And this is, a negativity that is eating now the students. And I want to convert this negativity to a positive atmosphere, to a positive, aspiration. Okay? So let us discuss what are the solutions that we need to do based on these causes why students are silent. So here, how to overcome silence during an online class session. If you can see on the left tab or left column, the causes. And on the right side column, or the right column, are the solutions. Let's take, for example, number 1, the fear of communicating in the English language. Guys, when you are already applying for a job, all right, and you are very lucky that your resume was shortlisted, the HR generalist or HR specialist is going to invite you to a preliminary interview so that they can size up whether you need to proceed to the next process. Number 2, they want to find out if you are fit to their culture and organization. Therefore, the HR generalist is going to ask you a question that is in English language. And it is very impolite for you to answer it in our native tongue, because that is professionalism. Therefore, if you cannot transpose your ideas into the English language, you will have unsuccessful job application in that organization. So therefore, what is the solution? Number 1 is have the courage to participate in an online session. That is number 2. You try to change your paradigm from fearful to being courageous. And being fearful, there is no threat of danger. There is no life or death situation when you are going to communicate in the English language, whether your tenses or grammar are wrong. It doesn't matter. The important thing is the changing of your mindset, the courage to transform, no, fear to courage, from being reactive to proactive, the courage to participate. Number 2, practice reciting in English. Think always in English. Don't think in our native tongue. No? Like for example, ginawa, to do, work. No. Do not do that. Think always in English. Because this is an academic institution, a higher learning academic institution. Therefore, it is normally, no, to communicate in the English language. And when you are not in online class session, it is number 3 recommended, you practice reading aloud. Try to read newspaper, try to read, journals, articles in the internet, English languages, and you try to practice reading it aloud so that your tongue can be improved. All right? So again, there is no fear. There is no threat of danger in communicating in the English language. Regardless if you have the wrong tenses or grammar, it does not matter. What is important is the courage to participate in an online class session. Practice reciting in English and always practice reading aloud so that your tongue can be softened. All right? So the next is the fear of providing an erroneous answer. What is this? No? Is there any threat of danger, life and death if you commit mistakes? All human beings create mistakes. All human beings commit mistakes. If you don't commit mistakes, you are not a human being. Probably you're a robot that is made of artificial intelligence. It doesn't matter. When you commit mistakes, you learn from your mistakes. Therefore, what is the solution? No? Fear of providing an erroneous answer. If you want, to provide a correct answer, you read in advance the lesson being provided by your advisor, by your teacher. Read in advance. Do not go to class without reading anything. Maybe your class is 1 p.m. Maybe give 30 to 45 minutes a time to read your lesson. And of course, make and submit your assignment on time. Because the assignment, there are questions that need to answer. There is an essay that needs to answer. There is a topic that needs to be researched. Doing this, you are definitely prepared because you read in advance the lesson. And there is no fear of providing an erroneous answer. Remember, fear is a threat of danger. There is no threat of danger once you use a wrong tense or a wrong grammar. There's no threat of danger if you erroneously, mention a wrong answer. No, there is no threat of danger. It will not lose your life. It will not lose your personality. Therefore, again, courage to participate. Always change your mindset from fear to courage. Courage to participate. Number 3, fear of being misjudged by classmates. There is, again, no threat of danger, no life or death situation with regards to the comment of your classmate. You will earn respect for being proactive rather than reactive. Believe me, this is through my experience. You will earn respect from your classmates for being proactive because they can see that you are trying your best, you will be a role model to your classmate, and therefore you will earn respect for being proactive, you know, participating in an online class session rather than being silent, because silent is a negative spirit. Again, unprepared. And of course, we have a solution. No? Read in advance the lesson, make and submit your assignment on time. Make and submit your answer before the due date or before the deadline. Now, if we already identified the causes and we already identified the solution, so what? What now is the next step? The ultimate step is, what are the benefits you will get if you are participating in an online class? Here are the benefits, students, because you already removed the negativity of fear and you are now changing your mindset from being, courageous to participate. You are now reading in advance your lesson. You are submitting your assignments, okay, on time. Okay, here are the benefits that you will get. Your teacher will remember your name and make a good impression out of you. Very beautiful. No? Your teacher will always remember your name because your teacher is slowly, remembering your name because you are always proactively participating in his or her online class. And therefore, your teacher will give you an extra credit without you knowing it. Very beautiful, no? Because you are now courageously participating, you are now reading in advance your assignment, you are now practicing reading aloud, no, when you are at home during your vacant time. Now, because of this, your teacher will remember your name and make a good impression out of you, and you will not know that you are being provided an extra points or credit, and therefore, the teacher will perceive you as a team player and problem solver. And in the corporate, actually, the first skills that employers are looking from fresh graduate is the problem solving skills and the critical thinking skills. And therefore, you are practicing that. Very simple, just participating in an online class. And therefore, what is now the total benefit for you on the side of the student? You will gain self-confidence instead of being eaten by fear, which is a negative spirit. And now, it is being converted to a positive one, which is self-confidence. Students will have the probability and likelihood of getting excellent grades. Beautiful, no? Students will have probability of passing an job application interview because you can professionally, express your idea in the English language. So, finally, my conclusion is this. Remove this negative spirit of fear because there is no threat of danger in terms of life or death when you are, not, when you are not communicating, if you are erroneously providing mistakes, there is no threat of danger. If your tenses or grammar are wrong, there's no threat of danger. Therefore, convert it to a positive one. Courage to participate. I hope this can be an eye-opener to all of my students from Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Thank you for listening. If you like the channel, please share it to others. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you for listening. Till next time.